United Champions and Double or Nothing are in the books. We're going to talk about everything that came out of it, what was good, what was bad, what was just absolutely downright awful. Welcome to the Wrestling Council. Welcome to the Wrestling Council. I'm your host, Come Up with Bob. Dude, as always, by my good friend Hollywood Frank.
HW.
Dude, you gotta take that AEW banner and put it like horizontally so it looks right. Put the New Japan one underneath it. But you can catch us here every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, talking about all the big news in wrestling. You can also follow us on our social media. Scrolling below, it is also in the description. And hey, go over and buy a shirt for at the qualifier.com, man. Yeah, Frank's representing today. But interesting weekend. We screwed up last weekend.
Yes, we did.
Because I forgot that, dude. I literally forgot that Double or Nothing was this weekend.
2 pay-per-views in 2 days.
I completely forgot. But we're going to go over the results of all of that. Both shows had good things and bad things. Overall, I'm actually going to say that that Night of Champions was better by a little bit. Oh, shit. Here we go.
The Honky Tonk Man.
Thank you very much.
The greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time.
Hello, guys.
What's up, man? How was your week?
Aside from Double or Nothing being ass, I guess it was fine.
It wasn't ass, dude. It had.
It was ass.
No, it wasn't. It had problems, but it wasn't ass. It was.
He's cool. He's cocky. He's bad.
What was the thing he did? Like, I can't remember what he did. It was weird, but no, it wasn't ass. It just wasn't as good as it should have been, and there was a couple of things on it that were just downright stupid.
If I could go back in time and just go to bed, I would have done that.
Johnny, stop being hyperbolic.
I'm being serious. I'm being serious. I did not enjoy the show.
Night of Champions was better.
Dude, how did you not enjoy the FTR versus Lethal and Jarrett? That was a great match.
That was good. It wasn't worth the whole thing.
The four-way was the four-way for the world title was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. That was actually a good match. Dude, the Swanton by Wardlow on Luchasaurus was nuts. Like, I don't want to, like, honestly, it was exciting to see at the time. I don't ever want to see him do that again. I don't need to see this dude paralyze himself by jumping off.
You know he's going to.
The best part was Aubrey Edwards getting
decked.
cracked by the guitar.
Dude, that was pretty funny.
I was dumbfounded by that. How did they decide to do this? Whose idea was it?
I don't know. I mean, probably because they've been looking at what people have been saying. They've been wanting to get decked for years. Anyway, let's see what leg kick's saying here. Leg kick, major bloodline with major cracks. Asuka winning the women's title. That was awesome, dude. Asuka, and I hope that they give her a chance to. I hope they give her a chance to have a real good run with it, man. Because this is probably the last time she's going to be there.
Come on, Oscar.
Yep, bloodline with major cracks. Yeah, the bloodline stuff was good. Malacito's getting ahead of us. He said the good going to Dynamite tomorrow. The bad Bob forgets a lot of things. I worry. Sometimes the ugly Karen step after the guitar shot. Dude, that was funny that she did that. She fell down. I thought Wardlow messed up his leg jumping on and breaking the ladder. Dude, he's, people say that he's not as big. Like, that guy's friggin' 6'5". He weighs 260 some pounds. It's a big freaking dude. But anyway, like, Malacito jumped ahead a little bit, get into our favorite little segment, list something we call good, the bad, and the ugly. It is this man's turn this week. Frank, what do you got?
You didn't sup our people, man.
Oh shit. We'll do it after.
All right. Good. the premium live event pay-per-views, what are you gonna call them? The good was Seth freaking Rollins
Yep.
versus AJ
That
Styles
was
to
that was the
kick
best match
off.
of the night.
Why it was a curtain jerker?
Why? I can tell you why.
You know,
Because everything else gets sacrificed to the altar that is Roman Reigns.
but if you're gonna have a curtain jerker, might as well do it that way.
Yeah. Well, it's like, Chris Jericho said, man, if you can't be last, be first.
Seth
Seth
Rollins,
I
Rollins.
also
AJ
heard that he
Styles.
had to. I heard that he had to go back as quickly as possible to film the movie. So
Yeah,
he
That
just
was
had
proven
the
to be not
match in
true.
jet.
That was actually proven to be
that's a
not
bunch
true.
of crap.
Yeah. He was on the flight. They had pictures of him. He was on the flight back with everybody else.
So they make up excuses now.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
do.
yeah. No, yeah. But
But yeah, it's a great match. I will say with that Night of Champions, they did what they should have done. The right people won
yep.
titles or kept their titles. So
Yeah.
yeah.
There was only like 2 spots on the show there. I was like, okay, that's questionable. That was it.
Yeah, but AJ Styles set the pace for the show. Yeah, it went like this
A little bit
throughout, but
there was some really, really, really good matches on that show.
yeah. The bad this weekend's pay-per-views. Which was the worst one for me?
The worst match?
Probably the worst match for me was Rhea Ripley versus Natalia.
You mean the non-match?
Why? It was 90, like 75 to 90 seconds. That was it. What
Dude,
the F? Like
the women's tag team titles were not being defended or going against on that show. Why couldn't we have Raquel Gonzalez versus Rhea? That would have been a great friggin' match. 2 big ass ladies beating the shit out of each other. Nope. We got Natalia, who had no freaking chance. Dude, they made Natalia job out on her birthday.
it was as bad as Lesnar versus Kofi Kingston. And
it was bad. It was really bad.
90. She goes out, gets blindsided, goes out, gets thrown in the steps, hit on the announce table, thrown in the ring, riptide, over.
Yeah. The entrance was longer than the match. Literally, the entrance was like they said the entrance was like a minute and a half longer than the match.
Natalia wasn't gonna win.
Nope.
But she deserved better than that.
Yeah. Especially considering that she trained half the people on that roster.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
her
I get it.
Her career's about over. I mean,
yeah. And here's the thing. She's not what she used to be. She doesn't have, she's just not. And her putting over talent is where she should be right now. But she deserves better than that. Dude, they gave Mustafa Ali better than that. And that dude loses to everybody.
I think the tag match, I didn't watch it, but I think the tag match last night with Indashir versus the Jobbers was longer
than her match, yeah.
In her match.
Yeah, and that was legit 2 jobbers. It was just 2 local dudes. One of them which looked like Matt Hardy, by the way.
Hey.
But Dom needed to have his appearance. Dude, they could have taken out that match and then had Judgment Day do something on that show. The only reason that match happened was so that Rhea could have her belt defended there because it was Night of Champions. That's it. They could have put a much better match out there.
But you didn't have your U.S. title on the line.
Nope. And here's the thing. They didn't have the U.S. title on the line, so there's one belt that wasn't defended. And they had 2 other matches that were not championship matches. So they could have put together. So they could have taken. Obviously, they're not going to take Cody and Brock off of there.
No,
but they could have taken Trish and Becky off because it had no business being on that show. Even though this was probably the best match that Trish Stratus has ever had in her entire freaking life. And legit, how does she better now than she was when she was in her prime? But anyway,
and then
they could have given Rhea a real freaking match, and they didn't.
And my ugly is what the fuck? I don't know where they've been going the last, probably since the beginning of the year. Their Monday Night Raws after their pay-per-views have sucked.
Suck.
Terrible.
Yeah.
The night after
'Cause it's Vince.
WrestleMania, awful. Last night, awful.
Well, yeah, that I've got some stuff to say that when I do my GBU, but the word is that Vince has been, and like last night especially, Vince called in and made a bunch of last minute changes, and
why do you have a brand split a month ago if you're gonna say F you?
We said,
we're gonna take a SmackDown superstar and put him on Raw.
Dude, we said that when they did it. I said, I give this thing a month. And look, it's a month later, and we've already had like 4 times.
Yeah.
This has happened. And the last night was the others were like they were tournaments and blah blah. They're still there. So, but then last night they even said it. He was like, yeah, I know, I'm supposed to be on SmackDown, and I'm like, yeah, it's dumb. It's dumb.
Yeah, I mean, was LeBron James go? Oh no, I got drafted and I signed with the Lakers. Now I'm gonna go play for Denver in the NBA Finals. I'm in the Lakers, but no, I'm gonna go play for the Nuggets in the Finals.
Or like Cleveland's like, hey, we drafted you to the Browns, but we're gonna loan you to Seattle for a couple of weeks. It's okay. It's just dumb.
You're drafted for a reason, to be on that brand or on that team.
Yeah, and then I'm like, just, like do what AEW is apparently going to do. You're going to have like you're going to have your main cast members. Like I'm using like acting terminology, but you're going to have your main cast members on this show, and then this show, and then everybody else is just going to float in between. Do it. Just do that. Don't make a big show of the reason it was stupid is because they made a big show of it, and then they're like,
just don't make a draft.
Yeah, just don't make a big deal about it, and it's like, I don't know. It's stupid.
Here's our draft. Come on SmackDown Raw. Here's our draft. Everybody's a free agent. Bye.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, bye. But all right, so my GBU
just so freaking annoying.
It's dumb.
Like it's it's not the first time, and it won't be the last time.
Nope.
And
we're gonna talk about it. It's Vince, dude.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's this match. This last Raw, according to all reports, was very heavily influenced by Vince. My good Night of Champions was really good. It was a really, really good pay-per-view. I don't think it's the best pay-per-view they've ever put on. It's definitely, I think it's the best Saudi show they've ever put on.
Oh, you didn't have Goldberg over there or
trying to kill the Undertaker? Yeah.
Goldberg or Undertaker wrestling for
but actually, I thought both shows were pretty good. I thought there was more dumb shit on AEW on Double or Nothing than there was on Night of Champions. But there were good matches. There were like the main matches on both shows were really, really good. We also got, we got storyline progression. Oh my freaking God. We finally got storyline progression on both shows. So that was good. I think, like I said, like you said, the best matches on Night of Champions, like Seth versus AJ was 100% the best match. Absolutely. And we're going to go over them all and everything, but that was the best match, at least in my opinion. Mustafa Ali's versus Gunther was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I thought he was going to, I thought they were going to give him a couple of moves and then squash him. No, they let him work a little bit. So even NXT was decent this week. This week, they had a show too. So yeah, WWE I think won this week. I think that's fair to say. For AEW, I think the tag team match FTR versus Lethal and Jarrett and the 4-way and the Anarchy and the arena matches, I thought they were all really good. Really, really. I mean, a 4-way match is going to be freaking choreographed chaos to begin with, but this one at least told a story. and there was some good stuff in it, and the way it ended was fantastic. The bad. Adam Cole versus Chris Jericho in the non-sanctioned match. The finish on this thing, first of all, dude, this match proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that Chris Jericho has lost a couple of steps.
My expectations were low, but god damn.
I expected it to be an unsanctioned match. This was the tamest unsanctioned match that I've ever seen, and the finish was dog shit.
And by the end, they got a chain, put a head on a head, made it a chain match.
Oh my god, dude! How do you end an okay? The whole idea.
You know what the worst part of it was?
What?
As soon as I saw the finish that he didn't pin or submit Chris Jericho, I just said to myself, God damn it, this is gonna continue.
Yeah, we're gonna get 6
and
months.
next thing we know, there's a mixed tag match now.
Yeah, we're gonna get 6 months of this crap.
Yep.
But no. Here's the thing: the whole idea behind an unsanctioned match is that it's going to be so brutal and so destructive that AEW refuses to take responsibility for it. Okay, and it doesn't end until one person stops freaking moving. Okay, go look at the last unsanctioned match that they had. Okay, it was freaking brutal as hell. That's what unsanctioned matches are supposed to be. They're basically hardcore matches on steroids. All right. This was the tamest and the absolute stupidest finish. You know what this was? This was Chris Jericho saying, I don't want to get pinned. That's what this was. This was Chris Jericho saying, I don't want to get pinned. How do we stop this? Oh, well, this was the lamest finish to a freaking match since Hell in a Cell with Seth Rollins and The Fiend. This was that bad. This match literally pissed me off. And I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna blame it all on Chris Jericho. Because I know for a fact he was like, I don't want to get pinned in this match. I want to get protected in this match. You can't get protected in an unsanctioned match. And like you said, Johnny, we're gonna get as soon as that happened, and as soon as they had the run-in with Saraya, and then Britt came down there, I said, I bet you $10. I wish to God somebody was. I was recording this because I swear to God, I said, I bet you $10 next week we get a freaking mixed tag match between all these guys. And sure enough, that's exactly what we're getting. This thing is going to go on for another 6 freaking months. This thing's never going to end, and I'm already bored with it.
Chris Jericho, the next Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, he turned it into money. He turned it into Mama Fratelli from Goonies. Yeah. You know what, dude? Honestly, we and Frank were talking about it. He needs to become a part of the announce team. You know, and become a coach in the back and pass him. But he's not going to because he's a prima donna. He's arrogant. Dijak Druganov embarrassed Cole Jericho. Yeah, that's saying something too, man. But that was my bad. The ugly. It has been confirmed that Vince Kennedy McMahon is back in control of creative. And it has been confirmed that he was the one who decided that Cody should lose at WrestleMania. And this was a last-minute decision change by Vince. He is not at the shows. He is working remotely. Hey, what's up, Courtney? How you doing, girl?
On unrelated news, the sky is blue.
Yeah, well, but that's the thing, though. Everyone's like, no, Triple H is still in control. Vince is he's just giving him ideas, isn't it? No, it was confirmed today. It was confirmed.
That's copium.
That Vince is back in control of creative. That Triple H is running the day to day, but that everything is being passed through Vince, and then Vince is working remotely, and he's sending in changes that he wants to do. And basically, what Triple H has been relegated to is a person who basically tries to beg his points and hope to God that Vince will, make a compromise. That's where it's at right now. But I guarantee you, by this time next year, Vince will be back in person in Gorilla at all the shows, and will be completely back in control. The only thing that they said that Vince that has been capitulating on is basically giving leeway on is promos. He's letting people do their own. He's letting them do a little bit more of their own promo work. Everything else, though, every decision, every creative decision has to be passed through Vince. And we knew this was the case. We knew it was the case, but they had to protect. The only reason he's working remotely is so they can protect the lie. That's it. That's it. And there's even a report. There's one report saying that he's back in the ears of the announcers. Because if you notice, the announcers are all using those Vince words, those Vinceisms that he likes them to use. And I'm just, yeah, it is what it is. And if you just take a look at Raw yesterday, and you will know that Vince McMahon is back in charge because nothing made any goddamn sense. None and Cody, and like it looks like Cody's being set up to challenge Brock again at Money in the Bank. Unless they push this past Money in the Bank to was it SummerSlam? Or is the Survivor Series next?
No, SummerSlam's after.
Yeah.
Survivor Series is November.
Yeah. So I think SummerSlam is the next big pay-per-view, right?
Like, yeah, after Money in the Bank.
After Money in the Bank. So if Cody is not in the Money in the Bank match and wins the briefcase so that he can challenge Roman, because he's not on the same freaking show as Roman anymore, unless Cody wins Money in the Bank. If Cody does not win Money in the Bank, or he's not even in the Money in the Bank match, that means the only chance that he can challenge Roman is the Royal Rumble, which means they are going to push this thing all the way to freaking WrestleMania next year.
Dumb.
And by then, this storyline will be nowhere near what it was, and that's Vince. That's Vince. If you have any doubts that Vince McMahon is back in charge, you're not watching. So that's my ugly, and that's my ugly. A quick bad shout out. Braun Strowman, another injury. Braun Strowman. Yeah, you want to know why he was dead?
Choo.
You want to know why he was dead, Courtney? Because of that stupid freaking Jericho cold finish. It killed any freaking enthusiasm in that crowd. It took Jeff Jarrett clobbering the shit out of Jay Briscoe to get them back into this freaking match, into the show. That it was dead all the way through that until that point, and then they came back to life. Yeah, that's where's my notes at? I'm sorry. Braun Strowman, another injury added on there. He is he's been out since May 1st, and according to reports, he ain't coming back anytime soon. So whatever injury he's got, it's bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of dead crowd, piping in crowd reaction last night at between Zoe Stark and
dude, oh my god, it was so bad. Look, if you're gonna pipe in crowd noise, don't have the camera on the crowd so we can see them with their arms crossed like this. And then hear boo, boo, yay, yay, and they're just sitting there stone faced like, you know, or like they've been doing they've been called out for that the last couple of weeks. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, and I will say congratulations to Ty and Sammy.
Yep.
And Alexa Bliss and her husband. I can't remember his name.
Yep. Because apparently that's why she's been off, is because she got a bun in the oven. But all right, man. Johnny, you got anything to add?
Just one thing before we go to the matches. Jeff Hardy, my man. Chill. I think it's time.
Dude. Oh my God. I didn't watch that, the buy-in match to begin with. After I went, I was like, dude. Now, some people are saying, dude, he hasn't wrestled for over a year and blah, blah, blah. I was like, no, dude. This was Father Time finally kicked him in the balls. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They've been doing this for a couple of weeks. Dude, the LA Knight one was bad. It was really bad. But the buy-in match. look, man, it happens to everybody eventually. Every pitcher throws out their pitching arm. But and I know that he's not going to stop. Hopefully he does, maybe it is a little bit of ring rust and he'll get a little bit better, but he looks like a shadow of his former self. But all right.
It sounds like Trish Stratus, show of her former self.
Dude, no, look. Trish Stratus's match, Trish versus Becky, and now obviously a big part of it is because she's in the ring with Becky, and Becky's really, really good. Trish looked better than she ever looked in her entire freaking career on Saturday. She looked better than she really did. Now, I'm not saying she was great. She looked a lot better than she. That's why I asked you this: like, how the hell you get better when your career's over? It's like.
Less pressure.
But again, that was one of the matches I was like, that didn't need to be on the show. But all right, which one do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about Night of Champions? You want to talk about Double or Nothing?
Let's go Night of Champions.
Start
off with the good.
Yep. Start off with the good.
Seth versus AJ.
Seth versus AJ, best match of the entire week. And you know what? Seth Rollins, they were doing that chant, "You deserve it." He does. Dude, that guy, he's one of those guys that puts over. They tell him to put somebody over, he puts him over. He's the workhorse of WWE.
And the most deserving, if you're going to have it, of winning that title.
Yeah. Now, the thing that I'm like, I'm like, this is bullshit, is their attempt to tie the new belt into the old WWE World Heavyweight Championship. When they brought the WCW title over, the big gold belt, and they made that the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and then you had the Universal Championship and all that shit. They're trying to tie that belt to that belt, and I'm like, no, Roman's got that belt on his shoulder. Okay, you can try. There was an eagle in the belt that represents the gold eagle, and there was another symbol that represents Bruno Sammartino, and I was like, you guys are full of shit. This is a new belt. This is the consolation prize. Now you put the belt on someone like Seth. Yeah, yes, he is. Yeah, and you can thank Vince for that. There you go. You can thank Vince for that. Free Isaiah Cassidy again.
By the way, Mark Quinn disappeared, didn't he?
Mark Quinn.
His partner.
I think he's injured. I have to double check on that, but I think that he's injured. Yeah, but they made the right choice. They put the belt on Seth. Seth can take that belt and give him some time. He'll make that belt relevant.
Yeah, because what Hicksville said is true. And by the time Cody, if he even wins the belt, who cares?
It's not going to mean what it would have meant. Like I said, that would have been a huge moment.
Who cares?
And, it's just going to be another title reign. It's not going to be anything huge. So, I mean, Cody will make it work, but it's not going to be what it should have been. And you can thank Vince for that. So yeah, I think Seth versus AJ, best match of the night, hands down. Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. This was better than I thought it was going to be. And I hope, and it looks like this was designed to set up Zoe Stark on the main roster, which, okay, I'm fine with that. This match did not need to be on the card. Because one, it's not a championship match. And two, this match really, it felt like filler. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad match. I mean, I'd give it like a 2.5, 3 out of 5 stars. And Becky made Trish look good. But this match it really did feel like filler, and it just, didn't need to be there. Like we said, they could have gotten a better opponent for Rhea and given her that time and let them have a badass match.
Yeah.
They didn't. So again, this feels like a Vince thing. Mustafa Ali versus Gunther. This match was way better than I thought it was going to be. I thought Ali was going to I thought this match was going to be 5 minutes long.
Yeah, I thought it was over quick. Yeah.
But Ollie's ring gear looked badass as hell. Dude, that first chop that Gunther hit him with, oh my freaking god, dude! And like all of Gunther, whenever he chops you, it sounds like a freaking gunshot going off. That first chop, I was like, dude, if that had been me, like, I would have just quit. I was like, dude, I know this is scripted, but you need to take some of the stank off of these freaking chops, dude. You're hurting people. Gunther is he's the perfect wrestler, man. He's the perfect freaking wrestler.
Just see Gunther versus Murder Grandpa just slapping each other.
Oh my god, dude! Freaking why isn't Brock fighting him? You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, I know he's got the IC title, and Brock thinks that's beneath him. Whatever. That's the match that I want is Gunther versus Brock Lesnar. That's the match I want. But this was a lot better than I thought it was. And we knew they were going to give Ali some offense and make him look good. He rallied after taking a shit ton of punishment. He hit that tornado DDT, which was pretty badass. But then Gunther drop kicked him in the corner and then power bombed him to kill him. And dude, he murdered him. He just murdered him at the end. But yeah, this was a good match. This was good. Bianca versus Asuka. This was not as good as their first match. This felt like, you know how like when you have people that have a Chief Wahoo hit harder. Well, yeah, I mean, come on, dude.
Yeah.
You know how you have somebody, they have a series of matches, and usually the second match is even better than the first, and then the third match is the best of all of them. Like the Briscoes versus FTR. Like the first match was amazing. Second match was just as good. The third match was insane.
Sure, like Cody versus Brock.
This match felt like the other direction. It felt like they were kind of going through the motions a little bit. It was still a good match. It wasn't as good as their first one, but dude, kudos to WWE for pulling the trigger and before Bianca gets stale. Okay, yeah. Bianca's awesome. She's very talented, great champion. But like we said, man, like before they injected the Sammy stuff into the Bloodline was getting really stale, really old. That gave it new life, and then now the Bloodline disintegrating is giving it life again. But but before Sammy showed up, everybody was ready for Roman to drop that damn belt.
Yes.
Okay, and that's the way it is with a champion. You like, it's very hard to keep them relevant that long. So they did the right thing. They pulled the trigger. They put the belt on Asuka. I think also they realized that this is Asuka's, like, this is probably her last contract. After this, she's probably going home to Japan and she's probably retiring because she don't need money.
No,
she owns a shit ton of businesses. She's good.
Now, hopefully, it's not a 2-3 week title run and then they take it off of her and feed it to Charlotte or some shit like that.
With Vince, dude, if they feed her to Charlotte again, dude, the wrestling fan, like the hardcore wrestling fans, are gonna lose their shit, and we all know that's 100% Vince if that happens. Rhea versus Natalya, we already talked about that. This was so freaking pointless. They had Rhea absolutely murder her on her birthday. It's like, hey, you got you a birthday present. You're going to Jeddah, and you're going to be on the Night of Champions card. Yay! And we're going to have her kill you. They are linking Asuka to all the pregnancies next few years. Bianca's next, hopefully not with Nick Cannon. That is kind of weird that happens. But yeah, this, I didn't even want to talk about it. It was so pointless. Brock versus Cody. It was a good match. It wasn't a great match. It was a good match. We were all right. We all knew that Brock wasn't eating another loss. I don't know how to feel about this match because we all know that this is just filler. Yeah. At the same
match
time,
number 3 coming up sometime.
yeah. The other thing is Brock is a monster who murders people, and yet a dude with one arm took him to the limit. Now I know the whole idea is they're trying to build Cody up to be this, this Captain America underdog kind of character or whatever. But this match in particular made it kind of stupid. It wasn't a bad match. They did a really good job. It wasn't
his titanium cast.
Yeah, which looked like it had aluminum foil in it. I don't want to see this again. I'll be honest with you. I don't want to. As good as these, Brock's great, Cody's great. I don't want to see this again because it's pointless. And we all know it's just treading water, and it came out of nowhere, and the booking didn't make any damn sense. It was stupid. So, and that was what was in the back of my head the whole time I'm watching this. Is like Brock's going to win, and we're going to get a rubber match down the road to just buy time in between now and when if they decide to pull the trigger on him. Because I'm going to tell you what, man, the longer this goes, the less faith I have that they're actually going to do it. Dude, what do you if we get all the way to, if we go all the way to Royal Rumble and Cody wins again to be able to challenge Roman, and we go all the way to WrestleMania, and if he loses again, if he loses at WrestleMania again, what do you think that means? That means they ain't never putting a damn belt on him.
That means he finished the story. Just not the way
and
he
the story is that he failed.
Yep. Just like his daddy.
Yep.
And
dude, I can totally see Vince doing that, man.
And at Night of Champions, wasn't that day number 1,000 for Roman Reigns?
I believe so. Oh yeah. Yeah, because he did a Twitter a tweet where he held up a piece of paper that said 1,000.
Yeah, so if you're going this time next year is 1,365 days.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to hit 1,400, now you're talking the end of June next year.
Yeah, so it would be all the way to SummerSlam
next year.
Yeah,
before you get to 1,400.
Dude, I would not put them past that because then they could say it ended where it began.
At that point, might as well say, "Well, piss off, Cody Rhodes."
Yeah, if I'm Cody Rhodes, I'd be like, "Well, y'all lied to me." So, dude, I would not put that past Vince. I still think they're gonna give it to him. I honestly don't think it's gonna happen until. I don't think it's gonna happen until WrestleMania next year. I think that's what it's gonna be.
Well, yeah, because you're going, and we'll talk about it. Yeah, with the last match, you're going down a tag team road with Roman Reigns or the next couple of pay-per-views.
Yeah, because it's going to be him and Solo versus
Usos. He's not going to be putting the title up on the line if he's in a tag match.
Yeah, and Roman's going to be making a total of 10 appearances for the rest of the year. They announced them today.
And he's 1,000 days, but how many title matches has he had in those 1,000 days? Compared to guys,
Orange Cassidy,
compared to
23,
guys like
23, I think.
Yeah, compared to guys like Hulk Hogan and Bruno and
Bob
Backlund and
Orange
Pedro
Cassidy
Morales.
has in 6 months has defended his belt more times than Roman has. So just let that sink in for a second. Anyway, final match: Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. This was a good match. The ending, I think, is what really put it over the top. We finally had the break, the cracks in the bloodline. The Usos came out to help Roman and Solo. They went for a super kick. Sammy ducked. They hit Solo. Roman was out. Roman, who got the crap kicked out of him, was outside the ring the whole time. When they came in and saved him, all he sees is them kicking Solo. He gets up in their grill. He starts smacking. He starts pie facing them. And not Jay, but Jimmy Uso drills the crap out of Roman with a super kick, yells at Jay, I'm doing what you should have done a long time ago.
Kicks him again.
Kicks him again. If it was like, no, this wasn't a mistake, this was intentional, boom, then we're done with this. And then Jimmy grabs Jay, drags him out of the ring. Great storytelling on this thing, man. And the thing that a lot of people didn't pick up on is it's happening exactly the way Cody said it was going to happen. He said Jimmy was going to leave him. And then he said, then Jay is going to leave you too. And then Solo, and then it'll be Roman and Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman's going to stop being a wise man and turn back into an advocate. And if they were smart, that is exactly the way they would set this up. That's exactly the way they would run this thing down. By the time, if Cody is going to be at WrestleMania and they are going to pull the trigger, which I think is stupid. It should happen. It should happen at Survivor. It should happen at SummerSlam, but it's not going to happen. By the time he gets to WrestleMania, Paul should be the only one that's there. And then in the match, after Roman loses, Paul should take off that thing that lay thing he has around his neck sometimes, lay it on the ground, and walk out. And that's the way that it should end.
Yeah. Because you're gonna have Reigns and Solo versus the Usos or something at Money in the Bank.
Yep, it's gonna be something like that.
And I think if you wait till WrestleMania for Cody, I think that's when Solo turns on Roman and costs him the title.
You think Solo will be there at WrestleMania?
I think if you want to end it and you have Solo turn on Roman, cost him the title for Cody.
I almost think it would be better if they have their like in their series of matches that they're going to have, obviously. Solo is the one who gets pinned in the tag match that they're going to have at Money in the Bank. Roman kind of starts gaslighting him the same way that he was gaslighting Jimmy and Jay. And then sometime between now and Royal Rumble, you have Solo turn on him there, and then he has a match against Solo or something like that. And then go all the way to, honestly, if it were me, Cody would win at friggin' Money in the Bank. And then at SummerSlam, he friggin' takes the belt off him. I hope that's what happens. I got no confidence in that being in what happens, but that's what I would do. But yeah.
If you don't do that and he turns Solo before WrestleMania, then maybe you have Heyman just, like you said, just decides he's done with Roman. Roman asks for help with something like throw him a chair or something like that against Cody, and Heyman just drops it and walks away. Yeah. And that way Cody wins.
Okay, let's switch over to Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
The buy-in. I didn't watch it. I watched that little part later. I didn't watch it that night. I watched it later. Jeff needs to hang it up. It wasn't terrible. It was exactly what we expected it to be.
But after the match on the Hardy compound, was it necessary?
What do you want me to tell you, man? 21-man blackjack battle royal for what?
Necessary. Johnny, is it necessary for me to drink my own urine?
Oh my God.
No, it's sterile, and I like the taste.
Jesus. Anyway.
It's just amazing that he picked up a bottle right after he said that.
The Battle Royale. What do you think about the way they did it this time? Because usually they have people just come in one at a time. They did that
Look,
yeah. I
well,
think I
felt
kind of liked it this way because it got it over faster.
When
I,
when, when,
I
everybody,
didn't.
yeah, when everybody's not teaming up to throw him out of the ring, then it's just like he's gonna win it.
Because it felt like there were no rules. Like Swerve could wait outside until he
Yeah,
wanted
well,
to get in.
that's what I was like. I can't remember the show I was watching. Like they're like, "What are the rules? What are the rules?" It was. Here's the thing: battle royales almost always suck, unless you're doing something like the Royal Rumble. Battle royales almost always suck. And I'm all for getting them over as quickly as possible. You get everybody in there, you get it done, and you get down to your final 4 or 5 guys, and then that's when the match really starts. I can count on one hand the number of battle royales I've watched, and I went, that was really good.
Okay,
This one was okay.
But then you can give me a reason why the guy's staying outside, not just because he wants to and no one's gonna stop him from staying outside. Like make it 5 people getting it at the same time. And he's one of the last.
I 110% understand what you're saying. I just wanted this thing over with. Yeah, the battle royale started before everybody was in the ring. Yeah, as I said, it's like, what are the rules? What are the rules? No one knows.
All I should have done is just had Jake the Snake come out with Damien 2 and just
clear it out. Yeah,
throw it in the ring.
Speaking of, yeah, why wasn't freaking Lance Archer in this? I know why, because he's in Japan right now.
Because Tony can't forget he exists.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, the finale was pretty cool. The final 4 guys. I like that. I didn't think his name's stupid, but Big Bill was one of the last dudes in there. They need to make that guy a lot more intimidating because, for God's sake, he's freaking huge.
Just bring in Enzo Amore.
Yeah, but see here, Blackjack. I'm trying to remember. Was it Strickland? Yes, Swerve Strickland was the last guy.
He was the last one, yes.
The last one in with Orange Cassidy. The exchange between the two of them was really good. So Miro's taking this belt off of Cassidy, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I have no confidence, but a lot of hope.
Yeah, but I think that's the case. But I fully, as soon as they said that he was going to put that belt up in this thing, I knew for a fact that he wasn't losing it. So, and that kind of killed it. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of battle royals. All right. Unsanctioned match. Adam Cole versus Chris Jericho. You guys already know how I feel about this piece of shit.
Well, that was a big pile of shit.
Yeah, this was a big steaming pile of shit. I'm going to let you guys talk about this because I don't want
to. Just swipe left.
Okay.
Johnny, you want to say anything about it? Or?
I guess it is up to me. Yeah. So this unsanctioned match that was a regular match that turned into a chain match that with Sabu standing there for 5 minutes.
And then trying to commit suicide.
And leaving.
by not doing a dive off onto a table, but literally falling. I'm like, why is this dude a part of this match?
I don't know who bought a ticket to see Sabu, but if you did, thank you for coming.
Oh my God, everything about this match sucked.
And Saraya had to be there, and Britt Baker had to be there because Adam Cole cannot do it alone.
Adam Cole needs his mommy to save him. Dude, oh my God.
Like how they go from even the false count anywhere with Roderick Strong felt like a better ending than this.
That match was so much better than this piece of shit.
Yeah. And
so much better.
And it's going to carry on because you got Britt. You're going to add Roderick Strong into this mix. Kyle O'Reilly is going to be back soon.
Oh, brother.
God. Oh, cruel fate removed me from this tainted orb.
The only one to have to worry about is Bobby Fish, unless
he ain't coming back.
Tony Khan decides.
He burned his bridges with Tony.
Yeah, but
I alone was making more noise than the crowd, and it was because I was just complaining to myself.
Dude, the match, people were like, what the hell was going on in that match? At least they were kind of in it a little bit until the friggin' finish, and everyone was just like, what?
You got to have this versus the JAS before it can all be over.
My God, this Adam Cole is so much better and deserves so much better than this. This has got Jericho's booking all over it. I'm gonna tell you this right now. This match had Jericho's fingerprints all over it, trying to make himself look good. And I guarantee you, the reason why that finish happened. No, it didn't work. But only thing I guarantee you, the reason why that finish happens because Jericho said, "I don't want to get pinned." 1,000%.
I already got pinned in the Dynamite against Roddy. We have to keep things even.
Whatever.
That's what he's saying. I don't believe it. I don't agree with it.
Here's the thing, though. If they had taken this thing to its bloody conclusion, that's the thing I'm saying. It's like, dude, aren't you the same guy that had a match with Gage?
But see, MJF didn't want to follow the Anarchy match because he didn't want to.
Don't have an unsanctioned match.
He didn't want to have to be in the ring after they bled all over it, so they didn't bleed in the match before MJF.
Then don't have an unsanctioned match. Just have a freaking match. It's stupid. The whole thing was stupid, and it pissed me off.
Could have bled all over the arena if they wanted to.
Oh my God. Sabu, literally, this whole match was nonsensical. I don't want to talk. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't want to talk about it. Moving on. AEW World Tag Team Championship, FTR versus Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. This was better
than you thought.
It was better than I thought it was going to be. I will give Jeff Jarrett credit. He still can move pretty damn good. He's taking really good care of himself. Why does his wife have to be involved in this?
Karen?
Anybody?
I guess it's in the name.
Yes.
Because Kurt Angle got rid of her?
Oof.
This match got good. I mean, let me put it this way. It's FTR, so it's not going to be a terrible match. No. It's not going to be a terrible match. The weakest link in this match was Jeff Jarrett. He does not move quite the way he used to. He's still better than most people, and definitely better than most people his age. And it got a lot better when he knocked out Mark Briscoe. FTR are the ones who kept me in this match. I'd give this match like a 3-star. And it's nowhere near the best matches that FTR have ever had. It was entertaining. I liked the stuff I liked the feels from when they got done and they gave Mark the hug and they put the tag belts on his shoulders. Dude, I didn't want to be the first one to say it. Okay. She looks weird.
She does.
She looks like one of those people that has had weight. She looks like she's heading into Michael Jackson territory. Okay. She ain't there yet.
She's close.
She looks like she's getting there.
Well, we can at least look forward to FTR versus Bullet Club Gold.
Hey, that
would be much better.
You better hope Aubrey Edwards doesn't come out and retaliate with the guitar, or Karen's nose is going to fall off.
For the love of God, please do not. I don't want to watch Aubrey Edwards in a freaking wrestling match against Karen Jarrett.
Her nose. Her nose.
I don't put it past Tony.
We're gonna get no. We're gonna get it. But you know what? That's like I always say. When that match comes up, I'm gonna be like, well, it's time to take a shit.
I have to see it. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, Johnny. If she doesn't hit her with a guitar, she's gonna slap her so hard in the face, her lips are gonna fly.
Be like, you saw Guardians of the Galaxy, right?
I did.
Did you see when Adam Warlock punches Nebula in the face and like half her jaw goes clack? That's what it's gonna be like with Karen J. Her face is gonna crack, and part of it's gonna slide off.
That's like that's a car crash I would watch.
Oh my god, I no, I wouldn't. I don't want to see that.
It-
And I don't
it-
want to see Jeff Jarrett fighting for a title again.
if McMahon was involved, it would be a bra and panties match.
Oh my god. Ugh. Yeah, I don't need to see a 55,
I
55, 56
I
year old.
didn't need
Unless
that thought, man.
Yeah, unless that 55, 56 year old woman is freaking
Sable.
Jeez,
Oof.
God, dude, no.
Get a little off track.
Oh my God, yeah, no. Unless that 55-year-old woman is Elizabeth Hurley, who looks amazing at 55. Yeah, but no, this she had her involvement was stupid, and it took away from the match. And but thank God that they were able to like liven this thing up in the last couple of minutes and get this crowd back into this show, because all like through like 70% of this match, the crowd was dead. They were just stunned from the friggin' Jericho Cole match. It was like, what is this garbage? But anyway, next match, ladder match for the TNT Championship, Wardlow versus Christian Cage. Dude, this match, people were crapping on this match. I liked this match.
I don't know how to feel about this.
It was, you know what it was? It was the reason why people were crapping on this match and why people don't know how to feel about this match is it was not the match everybody was expecting. Everybody was expecting like Wardlow to come out and just murder Christian Cage.
I didn't for 1 second expect that to happen. No.
Well, most people, that's what they thought. They thought, but this became a cerebral match. This was Christian using his knowledge and his experience and outsmarting Wardlow. And then Wardlow basically, and at the end, Wardlow kicked it into friggin' 11th gear and started doing crazy stuff, and took the win. Now, was it this? This was not. I mean, again, I would give this like a 3-star, like a 2.5.
Yes, it was just so many moments when I had to stop and think, huh? Wait, what? Why? What? Like how many blood capsules did Arn Anderson use?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I actually liked that, because here's the thing: Arn coming in and taking a swing at somebody, I was like, dude, you're gonna get killed. You're gonna get freaking murdered. But when he bit Luchasaurus' hand, I was like, okay, yeah, that's exactly what an old man would do. He would be like, oh, he's like, you like that thumb? I'm gonna take it with me, son. So
I was just bamboozled by that.
It was so out of left field, because it's not the kind of thing that Arn Anderson would do, ever does. So, but it's the only realistic thing that he could possibly have done to Luchasaurus, to have him not break his friggin' neck.
Yeah,
but
turned into Ric Flair, the dirtiest player.
Yeah, he turned into Ric Flair, the dirtiest player in the game. So, but it was better than I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be another snore fest. I will say this:
I know it wasn't going to be a snore, not with the ladders. If he was going to be good, that was another question.
I thought it was just going to be him killing him, and that would be it. And then him getting a little bit of offense because of interference and something like that. The Arn I know would have brought some scissors. Yeah, he would have stabbed him. he would have gone friggin' what he did to what is it, Sid? Yeah. Yep. He's like, he's killing me. Yeah, it was a weird match, because I don't think people expected it to go the way that it did. But and the other thing too is Wardlow does not need to be jumping off of 20 foot friggin' ladders, man.
He's not going to stop anytime soon.
I know he's not going to, but he doesn't. He needs to take a page out of the friggin' Undertaker's playbook and realize just because you can doesn't mean you should. Everyone pull a move like one move like that out in a match, like an over the top tope or something like that. You don't need to be doing that like that crap every week, every major show. Like, knock it off. You're gonna end up getting hurt. That's like Brock doing a moonsault. It's like, bro.
It's like some of the moves Giant was doing when he was slimmer. Coming off the top rope or doing a drop kick. I'm like, Jesus,
dude, you're 400 pounds. You don't need to be doing that crap. Just following a guy. AEW Women's Championship match: Jamie Hayter versus Toni Storm. Obviously, Jamie Hayter was with the injury. This was more of an angle than a match.
Yeah, she got a back injury, Jamie.
Yeah, Yeah, she's got a back injury. Big Show could do moonsaults in the beginning. Hogan told him no way. Yeah, and you know what? That's good advice because that let him have a very, very long career. And that's the same thing that like the dude freaking Undertaker used to do over the top rope dives and stuff. He didn't need to do that crap. But I think it was they did the right thing. They pulled the trigger. They put the belt on Toni Storm. I'll tell you what, man, the stuff that she said in the scrum, she got a little chippy with Tony. You could tell she was pissed off about that interim championship shit.
Everyone's pissed with Tony.
Yeah. Well, that decision was probably one of the worst decisions that Tony's made. So, but they made Jamie look good in defeat here because she got jumped beforehand, and they protected her, and hopefully she comes back. She'll be right back in the scene. So,
and we hopefully Tony learned from that, and when the situation arises again, he won't do the same thing.
Yeah, I don't think he will. Well, like we saw what happened when Punk got hurt again. He was like, "Nope, we're gonna have a tournament and we're gonna crown a champion." All right, so I need to ask you guys about this one.
He had to get suspended too, so it wasn't much of a choice.
Well, even so, I don't think he'll ever do that again. World Trios Championship match: the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass versus House of Black. This match, as much as I like the House of Black, this match did not need to be on this show. Also, if you're not going to use the friggin' rule stipulation thing that you've got, why are you even having the match?
The one thing we needed though was Caster rapping about Buddy Matthews getting cooked by a kid.
That was pretty funny. That was pretty funny, saying he got cooked by a guy named Dom. Yeah. This match, like I said, it felt like it didn't need to be here. You could have done this on Dynamite or Rampage or something. It was a decent match. It went exactly the way I expected. And I mean, it was there. So, but yeah, it just felt this match felt tacked on to me. TBS Championship match: Taya Valkyrie versus Jade Cargill. This was Jade Cargill's best match, maybe ever.
No, it only took till number 60.
Taya Valkyrie is a much better wrestler than people give her credit for. Dude, that sliding, that move where she went sliding between her legs and then jacked her legs out from underneath her, and when she slid out of the ring, that was badass. Yeah, and I'm starting to wonder if that's why we didn't get the stuff that we wanted. Yeah, that match should have been them beating them down like it should have been a bloodbath. But we all knew that Taya wasn't taking this belt off her. We all knew that Chris Statlander was going to be the winner. And
was this the way to do it?
Well, me personally, no. I would have taken the belt off of her I would have taken it off her at 40 and
Right.
Okay. I understand that they wanted Chris Statlander to be the one to take it off her, and Chris Statlander got hurt. I get it. But Jade was stale 6 months ago.
Yes.
This gimmick, this angle, this thing was stale 6 months ago. And they dragged this thing out till now.
But it's the best you can do for a returning babyface. You have him beat a heel who just had the hardest match of their career.
Yeah. Oh, no. The visual of it is not the best. But the way that crowd popped, you could tell they were just like everybody else at home. They were like dying for somebody else to hold this freaking belt.
Yeah.
And I know that Jade has been wanting to go on vacation for a while. She's actually going to be going
taking some time off.
A couple months. Yeah. Which, you know what? Great. More power to you. Get it while you can, because Moxley's been trying to take a freaking vacation for like a year and a half.
Hopefully they repackage her into a new gimmick.
Well, I'm going to say this. She has steadily got better in the ring you got to remember, she's only been wrestling for like a year.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
A little more than that.
Not much. And like maybe a year and a couple months. That's it. But ever since she started working with Bryan Danielson, she has been getting steadily better. Now she needs a couple more years before she's going to be like there, but I do think She keeps working with people like Bryan Danielson. She keeps working as hard as she has been. She's going to be there in a couple of years. But yeah, that belt, they needed to take that belt off her.
She had her debut in March in 2021.
Maybe March of 2021.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so about a year now.
No,
Well,
it's 2.
that's 2022. Yeah.
No, he said 21.
21. 21.
Wait a minute. Let me see
So
here.
that's over 2 years.
Let me see here.
But in the same token, while Rob does his research, they were Tony Khan and them were waiting for Chris Statlander to come back from being hurt to put the title on her. Same way they were waiting for Kenny Omega to come back before they introduced the trios titles.
Actually, she started in November 11th of 2020. I remember because she came out and she interrupted Cody with the whole Shaquille O'Neal thing.
Oh yeah.
Now she didn't officially start her in-ring career until March 17th.
Yeah, but if you have if you're waiting for Statlander, same way you waited for Kenny Omega. I mean, that's why, even though it was stale, you stale for a reason.
Okay. She's had the belt for like a year and a half. She got the belt in January 5th of 2022. So, but yeah, like that.
She's the only champion. She's the only champion so far. So.
Yep, she was the only one. Yeah. The women's Hickman, the women's division is stale in general. The Outcasts have been cycling the same point for months with Hayter and Britt making
and
yes,
and that's because of Jade, because they had to keep Jade in her own aisle.
Yep,
they had to keep it apart.
Well, it was funny because he was like, there's no one else to defend the belt against. And I was like, yeah,
everybody was like, wait a minute.
I was like, except for Riho.
Hey, Guardian of Chaos is here.
You. There you go. Big Daddy, the Guardian of Chaos. Hey, better late than never, sir.
Yeah.
But it's like you got Riho, you got Serena Deeb, you got Sheeta.
Where is Serena Deeb?
Britt Baker, you got Ruby Soho. Like all these people that she could be defending that belt against, but nah.
I was thinking about Serena these days. Where'd she go?
I think she took some time off. I think she runs a wrestling school. So
time to bring in Jordan Grace.
Yep, dude. Jordan Grace would. Dude, Jordan. If it wasn't going to be Statlander, that's the perfect person to be Jade, because she's built like a freaking tank and she's really freaking good. She's a really, really good wrestler. Yes, Jade was. It was. It was what it was. She beat Taya Valkyrie. And then Chris Statlander came out and beat her. And now Chris Statlander is the new TBS Women's Champion. 4-way match. Dude, this was awesome.
Yeah, we're just talking about the pay-per-views there, Big Daddy.
We're just going over.
We did Night of Champions. Now we're going over Double or Nothing.
Double or Nothing. We're almost done. Thank God. This match was awesome, dude. I love this match. This match completely changed the way a 4-way match is usually. Because usually a 4-way match is 2 guys in the ring with another guy, like just kind of waiting outside and then picking his spot and then coming in and it's my turn. This match, they were all in the ring. Almost all of them were in the ring at the same time. They were all hitting moves at the same time. Some really good storytelling in the ring, especially in the finish.
This was a lot like the 3-way that Sammy and Darby had with Andrade. No one took a break during the match.
Yeah, and it was awesome. It was really good. I liked it.
And Johnny, Rob said 4, which is his favorite number.
Woo! But
I kind of wanted to be called the 4 Horsemen of AEW just so Bobby can get his due.
I love the storytelling, especially the storytelling at the end in the finish when Max throws the belt onto I think it was Jungle Boy. Throws the belt onto Jungle Boy. Darby does the coffin drop onto the belt, and then Max wins by hitting him with what?
A headlock takeover.
Takeover.
So here's my 4 Horsemen moment. Darby's gonna take that belt off of him in the future. It's gonna be him.
You think Darby's gonna take the belt off of him?
With a headlock takeover too, because that's the second time.
I don't think so. I think it's gonna be Bryan Danielson.
Oh well, there it's up in the air.
I think it's going to be Brian. Well, actually, no. You know who it's going to be?
Adam Cole, baby.
Dun, 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 dun. Look in my eyes. What do you see?
Nah, I doubt they're gonna
I
put that.
bet you $10. I bet you $10. Punk's going to take that belt off of MJF.
Nope. I'm
Mark it
telling
right
you,
now.
they're gonna have a new title for Collision.
They might. I wouldn't put it past Tony, but I think Punk is going to take that belt off of MJF, and then Bryan Danielson is going to take the belt off of Punk. That's what I think is going to happen. Mark it down. Now I'll pay the $10 too, man. But
Okay,
yeah, yeah,
make it
that
20
match
if Darby
was
wins.
that match was awesome.
Big Daddy, what was your favorite match of Night of Champions and Double or Nothing?
He said the last two matches saved.
I know, but I'm asking him what his favorite matches of those two pay-per-views were. If you still follow us,
so Anarchy in the Arena.
Yeah, there's the blood.
There's the blood. Yeah, that's all the blood. There were some good moments in this. I thought overall, I did not think this was as good as the last Anarchy in the Arena. Like Claudio Castagnoli looked awesome in this friggin' match. I really they really did a good job putting him over. And I don't know what it was that I was just kind of like, okay, it wasn't a bad match. It wasn't a great match. The ending is again what saved it. I thought like if I had to give this, I would give it like a 3.5 stars. The Anarchy in the Arena match. I thought it was good. It wasn't as good as the last one, but the ending was like huge. Yes, I agree. The Four Pillars match was freaking-tastic. Fantastic.
Four Pillars or Rollins and AJ?
Ooh. Well, here's the thing. I'm a traditional guy. I like it better when it's just two guys going at it. So for me, it would be AJ and Seth. But that match was fantastic. KO and Semi versus Reigns and Sikoa. It was a good match. It was a good match. The ending of it's what really put it over the top. The exploding Jordans followed by dude. Oh my god, I cringed so hard when he went down on the tacks. His freaking barefoot on the tacks. I was like, nope. I know they clip him and they shorten him a little bit, but still.
That's the sort of thing that just takes me out of it. I just why?
Well, that kind of stuff.
Shit.
That's blood guts, man. That's not for everybody.
You know they clip the barbed wire down a little bit, but the scratches. What's his name had it on his back?
Oh God! You can only cut it down so much.
Like Kenny Omega had on his back. Come on.
I don't even feel bad for those ears. I work with barbed wire. You don't. Yeah. You shouldn't do that.
No, it's like I said. Those kind of matches are not for everybody. But I thought it was a good match. I thought there was some good storytelling in it. The ending was shocking. I thought it was going to be Shota Umino, who showed up. It was
Take a shit.
Take a shit up.
Shut up.
Yeah, that's what Cornetti calls it.
But yeah, it was
that's what MJF called.
And you know what this
what do I know?
You know
your ass better call somebody.
The Golden Star is on his way to AEW. You know what that means. Kota Ibushi is nigh. And I freaking love that. I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I can't wait until his music hits and the freaking crowd loses their crap.
This is all Rob. It's just that's all about Rob right there.
Yep. I'm telling you, man.
You've only got what 4 weeks.
Yep.
Not even.
Well, and they're going to start laying the groundwork because I know at Dominion, New Japan Dominion, which is this Sunday, June 4th. Was it the Never Opening 6-Man Tag Team Championship? Okada, Hiroshi Tanahashi and Tomohiro Ishii of Chaos defend against Blackpool Combat Club, John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, and Shota Umino. They're going to build that, and they're actually talking that might become a thing where it's Chaos versus Blackpool Combat Club at Forbidden Door. Oh. We also got IWGP US title #1 contenders tournament match: Will Ospreay versus Lance Archer. Lance is finally getting the time to freaking be in the ring. So
there's a question for Johnny.
What?
Work with barbed wire, sheep herder, or cattle rancher?
Both.
Yep. Yeah, because I remember you talking to me. You had like a sheep that you had a problem with.
Yes.
But yeah, so Double or Nothing. Overall, I thought the show was like I give it a B, like a B minus. That freaking dude, that Cole Jericho match just freaking murdered my soul. Oh my god.
Worse than Rhea.
Oh, way worse. Because that match should have been something.
At least that didn't waste my time. Didn't have time to waste.
I don't understand that match at all. At all. But yeah, we don't have enough time. We can't go over Raw because Raw was awful.
Yeah,
that's your Raw report. It sucked.
I don't understand Bronson Reed, what they're doing with him.
Dude, really none of the booking made any sense.
But that's McMahon being in charge again.
Like even Imperium. I love Imperium. I think Imperium's awesome. They're super talented.
Baldy.
They got beat twice by the tag. Are they challenging for the tag titles now? Because they already got beat twice, literally a couple weeks ago. It's like, what? Anyway, we could go over that for like the next hour.
And in this year, taking on jobbers
nobody
again.
Cares.
Like, yeah, nobody cares because once they lose to an established team, they're done.
It's over. Yeah. No, they'll feed someone like Alpha Academy to them or something like that. But once they get in there with a legitimate team, they'll get killed.
I will say one more thing before we go. It was nice the ovation that Sami Zayn got at out there in Saudi from with him being Syrian,
which proves that
everything was going on over there. And the way they embraced him over there, because he put a lot on the line, and for them to get that taken care of, for him to be able to go over there.
Yeah, you get braver than me. freaking homicide. You could have stopped at homicide. You had to have Balls Mahoney in there and Jason Knight. Shit. Yeah, good luck with that, man. How many of you ended up in the ER getting stitches that night? But anyway, guys, appreciate everybody stopping here. Big Daddy, definitely. Hicks Villain, Leg Kick, Courtney.
One last thing.
Yeah,
we're thinking about doing Forbidden Door. I have to work, and I have a friend has his daughter's graduation, so if I'm on, it's going to be late. So, Johnny, if you're available on that Saturday,
I'll try to be.
Big Daddy, if you're available that Saturday,
that'd be awesome. Sure, yeah, we got to do a show with Big Daddy.
Bob would love to have you on there.
I know he's got a lot he's working on though, but we're going to try to get a decent crew on there for that. And we're also going to start trying to do small videos, like small, 10, 20-minute videos talking about the different shows. We'll do like a Raw report, SmackDown report, that kind of thing. But thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate it. We will see you next week.
Thank you, Hicks Villain, Leg Kick, Courtney.
Yep. Everybody, be safe. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.